And we're live.
All right, here on Sunday Smack Talk on Zoom 94.1. Kind of an interesting day. As you know, a lot's been going on with this coronavirus and whatnot. And I got word that I'm still the producer of the show when we come back, which is nice. But I have some unfortunate news. We only get to keep one host. As you see, we have 3 people right now. I'm out of this. So it's between 2 people, between Brian Benesch, who's been the host, but Robbie Vogler, who, I mean, without him, Zoom 94.1 would not be afloat.
That's
So
very
we have the
true.
2 of them, and the boss told me, hey, you're the producer. Whoever you mesh with, whoever you think's the best fit is going to be the one that I'll take your word on. So I understand we're doing a show here, guys, but it's also see it as a tryout for who I should pick here. So just we'll do the show normally. Maybe I'll throw in a couple, questions just to see how you're feeling. But other than that, just do this as normal. Just wanted to let everybody know. But if you see me taking notes or anything, what I'm doing.
Awesome.
Well,
Sounds good to me.
I want the people out there to take note of my attire here, that I might be the only one taking this job interview seriously. I mean, I emailed Robbie. He knew the deal, and he's wearing a backwards hat. He hasn't shaved for months. I just want people to take note of my attire here and what I represent.
I will say, though, you don't wear a shirt and tie to radio. Like, that's not the attire. Like,
Thank you, Brooks.
You dress for the job you want, and Robbie's dressed for radio. You're kind of dressed for sales. Like, I feel like I could slide you over to sales and we wouldn't lose a whole lot. So just not a good start for you, but that's okay.
Pull Benesch right next to our guy Arthur over there.
Well, as I explained to Robbie, this is Zoom. We're not on the radio right now. We're trying to look presentable. This is a visual platform. So I think I'm right and Robbie is wrong.
Sorry. I mean, at any time I can mute my video so you don't even see me, but you can still hear me. So at any time I could mute your video as well.
It's big.
Exactly.
That's big.
I was waiting for you to meet it. Okay. What do you want to start with then, Robbie? You lead since you're a good host candidate. Go ahead.
Wait. Well, here's.
I thought Brooks was running
a question that can get it. We'll start with Robbie. Robbie, just tell me about yourself.
Well, my name is Robbie, also known as Big Red. I'm on the radio multiple times a week. Not only do I host Sunday Smack Talk on Zoom 94.1, I was actually the creator of Zoom 94.1.
Wow, that's
something
big.
that people can't say because we are the only Zoom 94.1 right now in the country that is live every single Monday. And it's just been a pleasure to be on here. Been in the business for a long time, longer than Benesch has been able to read. And, well, what can I say? I'm just the best person for this job.
Benesch, same question to you. Just tell me about yourself.
Well, I mean, I think it's pretty obvious that I'm the only one that takes it seriously. I'm a local guy from the 757 from Rhode Island, Virginia. So I know this market. We actually have a segment on Sunday called Local, where we break down all the local stories, where we talked about the Miami Dolphins and we talked about the New York Giants. So, I mean, nobody's more well-equipped to handle a sports radio show in the 757 than me and AJ Risser and Nick Cattles and everybody else. But outside of them, I'm your guy, not including Robbie.
Well, if not including Robbie, but he's going up against you. All right. We'll move on. What's your greatest strength, Benesch? You give us something that the reason why I should pick you.
Greatest strength is, I'm a man of my word. I said on our final episode that I would quit if Tom Brady left the Patriots, and we haven't been on since. And because I took a stand and I said, I've got a lot of principle, I've got a lot of moral ground here that I'm going to stand. But after 3 months of no pay, I'm ready to come back.
All right, and to you, Robbie, what is your biggest weakness?
I'd say one of my biggest weaknesses is I tend to take the job super seriously. I don't take the job. I can't leave the job at the job. I always take it home. Like right now, I'm literally working from my house. And I think that's something that a lot of people can't say. And Brooks, I commend you for doing the same, that big B behind you. I can tell that you are a hard worker working from home. And I think that's the biggest thing for me. I can't leave work at the office. I take it home with me every single time I'm home. And I just say that's my biggest weakness.
All right, now we got to hit sports a little bit. This is for both of you. Just give me a solid sports take with what's going on right now. I know there's not a lot of sports going on, but just give me something to enjoy. Get me through the week.
Well, all right, I'll go first, and then Robbie can go after me. because I'm the man and I'm wearing a tie. And oh, by the way, I forgot to mention this, but it's an honor to be talking to you, Mr. Brooks. Like Betting the Books podcast has always been my go-to podcast. So it's truly an honor. You want to take about sports, what's going on right now? So the NHL just proposed a 24-team playoff. And you know who the 24th team is? The Buffalo Sabres. So I am ready. I don't care if the fans are back. This is going to be a monumental television playoff experience, and I'm here for it. I'm so ready for the NHL playoffs to get underway.
Well, you mentioned you don't mind not having fans there. The show while you were hosting had no fans. Do you kind of see a correlation between the two? Is that why you're excited for this?
Well, actually, for any NHL player that wants to reach out for advice, I think playing with no fans, playing in front of no one, and speaking in front of no one, all the pressure's off. So you can be very loose, and you can be the best version of you. You can be very genuine when there's no pressure and no audience. So I think it's a plus.
I don't think so, and I'm going to have to, disagree with you on the no fans is a plus, because think about the NCAA. Think about how much the fans impact the play, and you think about playoff hockey, which is one of the biggest and probably one of the most exciting sporting events in the history is playoff hockey. I think we can both agree on that. But without fans, playoff hockey just isn't the same. Think about the adrenaline. Think about the emotion that goes into it. Playing without fans, I understand. Maybe it needs to get done, but at the same time, it's never going to be the same.
Benesch, do you have a rebuttal to that?
It doesn't look like it.
Do I have to go twice? I mean, all right, fine. I'll have a rebuttal. Then he has to have a rebuttal after my rebuttal.
Okay.
Here's my rebuttal. The adrenaline, all this energy that Robbie talks about, you can't quantify that. So you can't pretend that it's a real thing that affects the players. I guarantee what happens is the Sabres go and win the cup. And they would have done it if the fans were there or not. You just can't measure the difference because it's not quantifiable, and you have no idea what kind of an impact fans make on the game. And to make that argument, Robbie, is obviously ridiculous.
No, I don't think so. Because, I mean, if you tell me that the Sabres win the cup this year, say they do win the cup, they're the 24th team in, it is a mockery of the playoff system. It's a mockery of the NHL. And I don't think that you're going to have to put an asterisk next to the Buffalo Sabres championship if they win this year. That's a big if. And I'm not telling you because I'm not a Buffalo Sabres fan, because obviously they're my hometown team. I'm not a big fan of them at all, but they are not going to win the cup. They are not going to, and if they do, it's not even going to matter because 24 teams, come on.
All right. Question. Now I'll ask you about the competition, Robbie. Obviously, you're going up against Brian Benesch here. If you had to give him a grade, A to F, where would you say he is on the hosting scale?
I can't even, A to F. Why not G or anything lower than that? I mean, if you're going to have me go from A to F, I got to give him an F because you look at what he's doing. He wears a suit to work when he's on the freaking radio. Relax, bro. You don't need to take this job so seriously. If it wasn't for this job, we wouldn't even be having this discussion if the XFL did not declare bankruptcy. You were a first-round shoo-in for the XFL. They declared bankruptcy, and you know what? You're useless anymore. So what is the point of you coming back to Zoom 94.1 to host a talk show when you couldn't even make it in a league that couldn't make it?
Wow, harsh. Benesch, what do you grade your competition?
You know what? I'm going to take the high road. I actually think Robbie gets an A. Actually, I've always valued the people around me. I've always said as a host, the production team makes me better.
Wow, that's
elevated me. Robbie used to elevate me when he was on the show. Wow. The best part of my Sunday morning was not coming in and giving my takes. It was being and hanging out with my two good friends. So Robbie gets an A.
Oh, wait a second. Wow, so is that why you sat in a completely different room than both Alex and I every single week?
Not enough mics. I will step up for him. We only had two mics.
That's how it's set up, Robbie. That's not my idea for this.
You wouldn't even come into the studio. No. He did not even come to the studio.
That's not.
Oh, that's bullcrap.
Exactly what it would.
You're defending your G. You're defending your G. I gave you an A. What kind of a friend are you?
Friend? There's no friends in competition.
But I'm picking you to kind of be my boss too. So like I gotta, it works well with people and things like. Not the greatest answer from me, Robbie, but it's okay. It's okay. We'll move on. Robbie, how much is the longest time you've been without showering?
I'd say about 2 days.
That's disgusting.
2
disgusting.
days.
I shower
about you?
every morning, and I put a suit and tie on every single morning. Sometimes I'll shower multiple times because I jog, because I like to stay in shape and do CrossFit. Well,
Oh, really?
yeah.
Okay.
This one's for Robbie. When's the last time you cried?
I don't remember. Probably on my wedding day.
Oh, that's kind of a good answer. Yeah.
Benesch, you got anything better?
November 9th, 2019. That was the last
All
time.
right.
You got anything for that?
Yeah.
How was the last time you cried?
June 2006, Game 7, Sabres at Carolina. Heartbreaker. That was a team of destiny. Eastern Conference Finals. Much bigger than my own wedding day. I wouldn't be selfish. That meant a lot to the community more than my own wedding.
I am not a fan of either of yours. I was told by Jim Valvano to laugh and cry every day, and you guys don't do that. So
I tried.
Oh, wow.
Big
right.
loss for you guys here.
Well, Robbie giving me
Right.
a G a moment ago, like right after I gave him the biggest compliment ever, like I'm going to shed a few tears after this is over. So I'm going to live a complete day as opposed to Robbie, who's just paraded me all day.
All right, this one's pretty simple. What do you know about our company? What do you know about Sunday Smack Talk? Give us a little rundown of what you know about it.
I'll defer to my friend Robbie here first.
Well, first off, Sunday Smack Talk, the original host, Brian Benesch, also a hockey star in his own right. You know what? Kind of took the B list and decided to go into sports talk radio because he couldn't handle it in the NHL. But Brian Benesch was a good guy, just kind of followed up on the coattails of Gimme Par with Hightower and Vogler every Sunday morning. We kind of led him in. We led in the producer, A+ effort on the producer for Gimme Par with Hightower and Vogler.
That guy was really good.
And you know what? Every single week we would lead in, and that was one of the main reasons they wanted me on Sunday Smack Talk to begin with, was to kind of keep the viewers there, because they knew right when the mic opened up, right when Benesch went into a spiel of, oh, the Buffalo Sabres, the Buffalo Bills are the best team around. You know what? They needed someone to kind of even things out, and that's what Brian does not do. He does not even things out when it comes to Sunday Smack Talk. He needed to ride the coattails of Gimme Par and the incredible viewership that we had there and listenership, riding it into every single day.
Benesch?
All right. Well, here's all I know. When the show started, we were going to be between, a golf show and 2 hours of Stenberg and Risser. So I knew I needed to be different. I knew I needed to lighten things up and bring the comedy. And what do you know? After about 6 months, we were a 1 hour show with 3 people. And then we immediately fired the third person and got a second hour. And Gimme Par, by the way, got canceled. So Sunday Smack Talk has really thrived this past 6 months.
No, so I got my sources, and I'm, one of the hosts. We got furloughed. We did not get canceled.
Oh, wow.
We got furloughed after 6 months.
All right. Robbie, if I was to give you $1 million, what would you do with that $1 million?
Well, the first thing I would do is obviously buy breakfast for my great producer, Alex Brooks.
Oh, I love breakfast.
I can't imagine me doing my job unless my producer is fed well. And of course,
true.
every other co-host, if we were to add another co-host down the road, whether it be Brian Benesch or AJ Risser, or even Matt Stenberg, even though he's up in Boston.
Whoa!
AJ
Risser is the heart and soul of this station. You just messed up his name. Come on.
That is true. That is
anyway.
True.
Anyway, I would the first thing I would do I would buy breakfast for everyone at the station.
All right. What about you, Benesch?
What was the question? What I would do when we come back on?
Wow. You're too busy talking to your bobblehead?
What would you do with $1 million if I gave you $1 million?
It's pretty simple. I would pocket zero of it, and I'd put it back into the station. I think the station has been a little weakened in the past 4 or 5 years by budget restrictions. So I would make it, and the first thing I would do is go to our local PD and say, I want my friend Robert back on the show. So I bring Robbie back on the show. I put about $900,000 into an investment into Max Media, and this station would really take off. I'm not going to take a penny of that.
Wow, that's a lot. That's quite good answer. Robbie, going back to you here.
Okay.
Can you spell dilate for me?
I cannot.
Benesch, can you spell dilate for me?
Dilate?
Yeah, dilate.
Is it D-I-L-A-T-E? Dilate.
I'm sorry, there's no A there. It's Dilate. That's not exactly.
Let me
Robbie,
redeem
can you spell
myself.
Hey,
can you
I
spell
at least
handkerchief for me?
I cannot. At least I'm
Mm.
admitting. At least I'm not trying,
Benesch,
and I'm at least admitting that I cannot do it and
can you
pushing
spell
it off to someone
handkerchief
else.
for me?
Yeah, that's easy. HANDKERCHIEF.
Wow,
Wow.
nailed it. I wish I had the dig
Very
button.
well.
That was
That
good.
was
That
was
was very
very.
good. Just need a. All right, Robbie, go ahead and tell me a tongue twister. Need to be able to show you can deliver things on air.
Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. How many
was-
peck of pickled peppers did Peter Piper pick?
That was really good.
Thank you.
Benesch, can you beat that?
Sure. I mean, there's a tongue twister that's out there. He's the new starting quarterback of the Miami Dolphins, and his name is Tua Tagovailoa.
Oh, hold on. What was that? Two of what?
Tua Tagovailoa.
One more time. Yeah, one more time.
Yeah, starting quarterback number 13, Tua Tagovailoa.
Okay. Wow, that's
Wow.
Good prospect.
We're going to be saying that name a lot.
We're just gonna move on from that one. Yikes. Why are you leaving your last job, Robbie?
Well, actually,
You said you're the host of other shows. Why are you leaving those to come just host Sunday Smack Talk?
Well, thankfully, I'm not leaving those. It's in my contract that I can actually do those during the week, and then of course coming back on the weekend, just kind of put my time and effort into Sunday Smack Talk.
Yeah, but I mean, Benesch, what about you? Why are you leaving your job for this job?
But wait a second.
Well, first of all,
his only job is Sunday Smack. He doesn't have another job.
I mean, that's commitment though. Like that
is it though?
Yeah, right? Yeah, because I mean, he's only thinking about that Sunday Smack Talk. You're thinking about other things going on. You're not even in the same genre sometimes, Robbie. That's a concern that both myself and the boss have. Where it's
that's
like,
fair.
Are you going to be able to split your time?
That's a great concern. I commend you for that, Brooks.
Would you be willing to quit your other jobs?
I would not, but it's a good effort.
Wow. Benesch, if you had another job, would you be willing to quit it?
But you also got to think, I'm going to use that job to give more publicity for Sunday Smack Talk. It's one of the top-rated country stations in the market. Why not attract more viewers every Sunday morning to Sunday Smack Talk?
Benesch, what are you going to do?
Listen, I just hear Robbie nonstop plugging himself. I like to point out that Sunday Smack Talk is the only show without a name on it. It's not the Rissa Report. It's not the Thomas Simmons Show. It's not the Nick Cattle Show. It's because I'm so selfless and I wanted to have a uniting of three people as Sunday Smack Talk. It's not the Brian Benesch Show, which many people wanted. I wanted Sunday Smack Talk.
Wow, that's big. Robbie, can you tell me about your previous boss? Tell me something you didn't like about your previous boss.
That I did not like about my previous boss.
Yeah, something that you didn't like about your previous boss.
Well, one of the things that, yes, I can definitely tell you one thing. He was a Patriots fan, and me being a Giants fan, I'm not a big fan of the Patriots. I'm not a big fan of Tom Brady. He's obviously from my hometown, Tampa Bay Buccaneers, but when you talk about one team so much, you almost forget about your hometown teams. And you need to talk more about the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, the Buffaloes. Those teams are very important to the basis of a hometown crowd. And
I will say, though, that the Patriots are the local team, Robbie.
Yes.
It's the New England, Virginia Beach Patriots. So, like, he's hitting the
know.
local team pretty good. We don't have a college around here to talk about. And we don't have a professional team. We don't have a team closer than New England. That's the closest professional team. Boston Celtics, New England Patriots, and the Boston Bruins are three local teams that are the closest to us. No colleges from here to there either. So,
and we also
local team.
We also don't have a baseball team 3 hours away that won the World Series last year. We have to talk about the Red Sox.
We would be very fortunate if we had that. Or even a minor league team that we could carry or anything like that. That would be big. But we don't have any of that, so we do have to talk locally with our New England Patriots.
Would you like me to tell you about a former boss of mine? And
please.
I'm not going to throw dirt on somebody like Robbie did.
Hey,
absolutely.
Go right ahead, please.
So for 6 years, I worked at the town of Amherst. This is a true story. And my boss, his cousin, which I'd love to get him on the show one day, his cousin is Robbie Takic, bass player for the Goo Goo Dolls. So anytime you want him on the show, I'll call up my guy Pat, and he'll get Robbie right on the show for Sunday.
That's big. Oh, Robbie, can you give us your Rolodex? Who would you bring on the show?
How about? I got a lot of people.
I went to high school with Rob Gronkowski too. I didn't even
I
mention
mean,
that.
are you going to be Gronk? He's
That's big.
the best tight end in the league right now.
How about the drummer for Fall Out Boy? I got him on the Rolodex.
What's his name?
Andrew Hurley.
Oh, wow. Wow.
How do you know Andrew Hurley?
I met him through CrossFit. He's at one of the events that I emceed because I MC CrossFit events. And
would you be willing to say a Sunday Smack Talk sponsor at another job if you had to? Would you announce on a microphone live? Be sure to tune into Sunday Smack Talk.
Sure, why not?
Wow. What about you, Benesch?
Well, I mean, ironic that you actually said that because I have a sponsor here with me as soon as we get back on the air. He's right here. And it's funny because this guy listens every week, and he saw the Robbie thing with Carson Wentz, how he scared him off. And he said, you know what, I'm going to come on and join Sunday Smack Talk, and I'll give Robbie a chance to redeem himself. Robbie, go ahead and tell the people about this new sponsor next week.
I can't do it.
No, Robbie, you can't. I'm turning the reins over to you.
Hey, it's okay. Hey, Brooks is running the show. I can't be taking over what he's doing. And it's just, it's not fair to him. It's not fair to me because I was unaware of this sponsor until you just brought him up, Brooks.
Pretty recognizable. Hold on. Hall of Famer.
It's pretty easy. So we'll do this. Robbie, you've just been thrown a curveball on air. You just got an email from sales right before we went on that we have a new sponsor.
That's right.
And there's our new sponsor. Go ahead and tell us about our new sponsor just on the fly. Sometimes that happens in radio, you know?
Well, he's one of the best players in Montreal Canadiens history. And, you know, obviously a captain for them. He's one of the greatest of all time. Not to be confused with Pat LaFontaine, who's, also you can't, because they're really in two different stratospheres. One's from, plays for a Canadian team. One doesn't. So when you're going to get the two mixed up, Soiki Koroyev is, what
are you kidding me?
You got to do.
You don't mess up a sponsor, especially the first time they're on air. Brooks, go ahead and do it, please.
No, hold on, Benesch. Benesch, you've got to do it now because I'm just the moderator. You want to be the host. Tell me the sponsor of the show.
That's a good point.
Yeah, I want to introduce a new sponsor. He's a guy who's going to be in the Hall of Fame pretty soon. He's a cancer survivor, the first European captain in Montreal Canadiens history. Wow. Welcome to Sunday Smack Talk, sponsored by Saku Koivu.
Thank you.
Wow. That's
Thanks for your sponsor.
Hey, it's great to have him on. It's good to have him as a sponsor and as a part of.
He doesn't want Robbie on. He doesn't want Robbie on.
Oof. How much money is he bringing to the table? That's something where
obviously not that much.
He said $1 million because he heard my answer earlier and said I'd love to give to the station.
Wow. I mean, but Robbie was going to buy me breakfast with that $1 million, so 50-50. You know what I mean? Breakfast is pretty good.
$1 million on breakfast. Explain
a pretty good breakfast.
I don't know.
Robbie,
think about the well-being of other people.
What makes you unique, Robbie? Why should you be the host of such a staple of Zoom Radio 94.1?
Well, I think when you talk about Zoom 94.1, you got to look at the roots and how it got started. And I really take those roots very seriously. And because I started the roots of Zoom 94.1, and you got to go back and look at where it started, look at the essentials of episodes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and now this being episode 6. You got to look back and you have to learn from your mistakes. And that's something that I do very well is, also I learn from the mistakes. That first week, it was just the three of us. And then last week, obviously I got a huge guest, Matt Stenberg, on the air. And it was it was just very cool to, see the development and just see how we are continuing to evolve, Zoom 94.1.
Well, Benesch, same question to you.
Well, I mean, he got Matt Stenberg, but he also scared off Carson Wentz, which is kind of a bigger name than Matt Stenberg.
Well, let's be honest. I didn't want to take too much of Carson Wentz. I knew he was expecting a baby earlier in the week, so I did not want to
ask about that.
Yeah, but I didn't want to take much of his time. And I'm sure everybody's asking him about the baby. Why would I want to ask him something that every other sports network is asking him? And I didn't want to keep him for long. So that's why I asked him a question that's one and done. Whether it scared him or not, he had to have answered it. And I needed him to get back to the hospital because his wife was having a baby.
it was bad publicity for us, and thank God Mr. Koivu saved the station because we were going down after that. I was very nervous that there would not be another episode.
That's true. All right, just explain to me, I guess, why you're the best out there. Like, I could go somewhere else even. Like that's something that you don't
Please
really
don't.
think about. Like we have this ladder that you just go up, and it's like, okay, you go from part-time to full-time, and it shows you growth within the company. But sometimes you just say, screw it, I don't care about anybody underneath me. I'm just going to hire outside and get rid of the rest of the people and then knock them back down to where they were or anything like that. So tell me why I shouldn't do that.
I think you got to look back at, when you're talking about hosting a sports talk show, you got to think about predictions. You got to look at hot takes that people have had in the past, and that really tells you who is the best and who isn't the best. And I've got to look back last year to my 2019 Masters prediction when I predicted that Tiger Woods was going to win the 2019 Masters tournament. I had so many doubters, especially my counterpart here, Brian Benesch. He said that there's no way in hell that Tiger Woods is going to win the Masters. You know what? I came out and I said, you know what? I'm a believer. I think Tiger is going to win. And what did he do? 4 days later, he won the Masters.
I mean, Benesch, same question to you.
Well, I mean, first of all, when you're evaluating, the next host that you want to bring in, you look at the talent that you already have, and you want to get somebody who's different. You don't want to have the same type of people. And I truly believe that I'm more different than anybody at the station, especially the on-air people. And I truly believe it's harder to be different than it is to be good. And it's certainly Sunday Smack Talk is not good, so it's different. And also, I don't know if you remember this, Brooks, but early March, I called for all the sports to be canceled due to the coronavirus because I remember it started to come over from China, and I was the only one saying that this was going to happen and mass cancellations would come and Tom Brady was going to leave the Patriots.
I mean, that's big. That's quite a few sports you called there. I think I'm ready to make a decision, but I'm going to bring in somebody else to do it for me. He's a host who he's pretty big. You might know who it is. Hold on. I got to make sure. Are you there? Nope, he's not there. Wow.
God. Whoa. I do not know if that's appropriate for Zoom 94.1.
No, okay. I'm sorry. His camera's a little messed up. We'll get there in a minute. Just bear with me.
Okay.
Work on stalling, guys. That's something where you guys you might have to do it time if we can't find somebody on air. So just go ahead and keep stalling here.
Go ahead, Robbie.
No, Brooks or Benesch right after you.
Well, I wanted to talk about something. What do I have? I think we'd be remiss if we didn't speak about Don Shula passed away. He was 90 years old, and I think in his honor right now we should have a 90-second moment of silence.
Well, we got to be careful because we only have 10 minutes left of the broadcast, so we can't do 90 seconds.
90-second minutes. Hold on.
Robbie, take your hat off and show some respect to the man. He's the NFL's all-time winningest coach.
What about Brooks?
That's my boss. I don't tell him what to do. Thank you for doing that with me, fellas. Now go ahead.
Now we fixed his webcam here. I think you guys know him. Ted Allen, the host of Chopped. He's great at getting rid of people and saying you've moved on. He just wanted to say that the winner of this and the host being Chopped is both of you. We have decided to go a different route. We've decided to go. Yeah, I'm sorry.
He doesn't like it.
I look, I don't make the decisions.
Wait, you do make the decisions.
No, I let Ted do it, and he decided that neither of you guys were as qualified as Tim from ESPN Radio 94.1 will be moving stations to Zoom 94.1. Thank you guys for everything you did. Unfortunately, there's nothing else I can do. Honestly, nothing's really changing for you guys. You're still where you're at now. But yeah, we're going with Tim. We're going in another direction.
Well, dang. I don't know what really to say. I mean, that kind of just like, Wasn't really expecting that. Brian is over here stripping down, and I know he's frustrated, but bro, you got to relax a little bit. We already had a man's crotch on the video earlier.
I mean, well, I'm done being Mr. Professional if I'm not going to get this job. I'm going back to being fun, Brian, on Sunday Smack Talk.
Okay, I like it.
Actually, you know what?
There's no Brian on Sunday Smack Talk.
Right.
There's no
Sorry,
Brian anymore. It's just Tim.
I'm bringing back a better show. It's going to be Boot and Rally, but it's going to be Boot and Robbie. It's going to be terrific. Part 2.
I like it.
That sounds good. Yeah. You maybe should have pitched that during your interview. There's a chance that you could have got Tim out. Unfortunately, we don't have any more airtime. Everything else is obviously our local national. So we've just got to go with the local national shows, you know. So we're out of airspace at the moment. Maybe we'll be able to work you in. But I think you're behind Shahid. I think we're gonna get Shahid a 4-hour show at some point coming up. So after that, maybe we can work on a Benesch and rally, something like that.
All right.
Yeah, congratulations, Tim, on becoming the host. I mean, the face of Zoom 94.1.
He's pretty good. I've heard him. He's pretty good. I mean, I don't mind listening to a guy like AJ or Tim. So congratulations.
I mean, Tim did win the sports combine. I mean, it was just a matter of time before he got his own show in a top 50 market and wasn't just grabbing sound for some random show host. You know what I mean?
Right. I don't know if you know, but he was a former quarterback at the University of Delaware. Sometimes I worry that he can't, just take his jock off and like have a different point of view. But everything I've heard so far, A+.
I mean, I've never heard him talk about being a quarterback at all. Like he's never brought it up to me. Like, I just think that he has really good sports takes and he doesn't rely on being a former football player, you know?
Okay.
Something I just saw in the interview.
Yeah, I can honestly say I'd never heard the guy talk before in my life, so I don't have any opinion.
Wow. That's you're missing out. You're going to be able to hear him talk because he's going to have this time slot next week.
I really can't wait. And it's exciting to see, new faces come in because when there's new faces, there's new opportunities for the old faces to make themselves new again.
Yeah, that's also something I wanted to bring up.
That was the worst reasoning and the worst point I've ever heard. Can you say that again?
That's something I did want to bring up. So right now, that you guys were furloughed and we were trying to figure out who we're going to bring back. That furlough is just turning into a straight you're fired. Like, that was something that he needed to bring down.
Oh, come on.
So, yeah, the furlough, like, you can collect unemployment now if you'd like. Try and find another job. Don't remember, though, that you had a non-compete for 2 years, so you literally cannot go anywhere inside of the U.S.
2 years?
If you want to do radio, you're going to have to go outside of the U.S. to host a radio show. So, thanks, I guess, but yeah.
Wow.
Not my decision, not mine. Upper management.
Well, Brooks is gone, or Benesch is gone.
Benesch was very upset. I guess that's it. I guess that's how we'll close it out.
I guess that's it. We'll see you when we see you, whenever that is.
Not next week. That you're going to see Tim next week here on.
That's
Zoom
right.
4.1.
So we'll see Tim next week, and I guess Brooks, and good luck on all future endeavors. You too, Robbie. You too. Maybe we'll get in touch soon when all this is kind of settled down, but Zoom 94.1 will never be the same without myself and without Benesch. So
no, but I think Tim is going to take it to another place.
I think so, and I completely respect your decision, and I love that. It wasn't mine. Upper management. I wouldn't like to do that to you, Robbie. I would have hired everybody. Okay. I'm the good guy here. I'm the good guy here. You're right. Yeah, I can't shoot the messenger. Can't do that. All right, but all right. Until next time. We'll talk soon. All right, later, man. All right, later.